Hello and welcome to lesson 3 of week 2. In this lesson, we are going to look at the font properties that we have in CSS. My name is Mildred. In CSS, we use the font family property to specify the fonts that we want for our text. Font family is written font family like this. Then we have different generic font families. The first one we have is sans serif like this. Then we have the serif like that. We have monospace, and then we have cursive, and then we have fantasy. Now, this generic family have different fonts within the families, and whenever we specify the list of fonts we want, starting with the one we prefer the most and other fallback fonts in case if the browser does not support that font, and then we end with a generic family name so you can pick one from that family in the event that it doesn't support the font that we have specified. So we have several fonts that we consider web safe. You can look at your lesson resource to see the web safe fonts that we have. Let's look at the font size property written font size. This will give us the size we want the text to appear in. So when we put 16px, for instance, the text on the page now is already 16 pixels. Let's say we turn it to 32 pixels, and then it should increase the size of the text on the page. So we use that. So we can use units of measurement like that. We can use relative measurements like using percentage, or we can use keywords like we want it extra small like this. We can use keywords like that to have it very tiny, or you can use large, extra large. So we have extra small, small, medium, large, extra large. Then we have the absolute measurements that are in pixels, pt, cm, millimeters. We have the relative units that are percentage, em, rem, the viewport width and the viewport height. We can use those units of measurement. So we're going to leave this as, let's say, 1.2 em, which is a relative unit of measurement. When we get to the measurement unit, we'll explain what all of these units mean. So when we use it as 1.2 em, we have the text bigger. Then the font style property, we use this to specify the style that we want for the font. We have italic, we have oblique. Normal is the normal text that we have. So we can specify italic, normal, oblique. So we want the font style, let's say we want it to be italic. And when we refresh our page, we have it in italic like that. Then for the font weight now, we set the thickness of the font. So we have bold, bolder, lighter, and then we have numeric. So you can use keywords or you can use numeric for the font weight. So we set the font weight like this, and we set it to, you can use units from 100 to 900 for the boldness, and we use 800, or you can use keywords like you want it lighter or you want it bolder like that, right? And so when we do that, we have it that way. We have another property we call the font variant property, and this just sets the font in small caps. It's going to be in, so we'll change this h1 from text transform, and let's use font variant here. And so the value we specify here is small caps, right? So it's going to be the text we have on the page, but the ones that are capitalized will be in uppercase. The smaller one will be smaller uppercase of the same thing. So when we see them, is capitalized ones will be in uppercase, and the lowercase ones will be in uppercase but smaller than the ones that are in uppercase. This is the font variant property, and it takes that value of small caps. We have this property we call the line height property that controls the space between lines. And when we have a font size like this, we specify the font size. We can have the line height, and we can set the line height to any value with unit of measurement. So we say maybe say 16 pixels. We might not see the effect of this because we don't have a text field page, but we have the line height like that. And when we set this line height in the shorthand property, I'm going to show you how it must be set when we use a shorthand property for the font. So when we want to have a font shorthand property, we use the font property like this, and then we're going to specify everything in one go, and there are rules that we need to take note of when we do these fonts like this. So when you use this, you must have values for the font size and the font family, and the font family has to be like the last. And then when we have the line height, let me show you how we'll put it now. So we'll put the style first. Let's put the font style. So let's say we want it to be italic. we want the weight to be bold, we want the font size to be 16 pixels. Because we have the line height, we have to put it with a forward slash, and let's say we want the line height to be 1.5 like this. Then we want to specify the font family. So let's say we want Times New Roman, and then we specify the family it belongs to, serif, so that I can fall back to this. And when we come to our page, we refresh, we have everything in one go that we have specified. So these are the font properties that we have in CSS. You can research to go further to look at the values and see what you need or how to get your custom fonts, but these are the basics that will get you started in how to use the font properties in CSS. Thank you, and see you in the next lesson.